This is how I got out of my rut. Back in 2022, end of August, this is when I first started my fitness journey, my self-improvement journey. When I first started, I didn't really have much knowledge on what I was doing. I had no idea pretty much on what I was doing. When it came to working out, I had this bench, adjustable dumbbells, and I had no idea what I was doing. So what I would do is I'd go on YouTube, search up this YouTuber, I don't remember his name, but he had this routine, a follow-on routine. So that's what I did, and then I tracked my progress in this mini notebook. When it came to dieting, I also had no idea how to do that. So what I did was I would eat a bowl, a bowl this big, 1 or 2 of those a day. Mostly 1, honestly, but sometimes 2. So I'd eat 1 of those, 2 of those a day, and honestly I was very consistent back then. I was completely locked in, super focused, and I had fun. Come 2024, this is last month, I come back from vacation. I went to Florida, stayed at a resort for a week, and then I went to a cruise in Florida, stayed there for another week. I had a lot of fun. I actually worked out in the cruise and at the resort too. I was staying disciplined when it came to the gym, but my diet was off. I went on a fucking bulk. I'm not gonna lie, but I had a lot of fun, and I came back. I graduated last year, so this is my first year not being told what to do by anybody. I decided to take a gap year, so I'm not going to college. I have no school. I'm not doing anything. I had myself convinced that I would get myself a job, and with that money, I would start doing martial arts, or I would do a lot of stuff, like save up for a car. But to me, that was a scary thing. Doing the interview, making my resume, I found that being scary. So even though that's what I started telling everybody, I was gonna start working out. Not working out. I was gonna start working. I was gonna get a job, save up money, do all these things, right? But I didn't. I decided not to. Not because it was good for me or something or shit, but I was scared. Simply scared of just having that interview, going on my way to the job, instead of applying to these places, going in person, showing them my resume, asking if they're hiring. So I was too afraid to do that. And since I was afraid, I just stayed home pretty much all day, kind of bored pretty much. I started playing video games again, which I've been playing for a very long time. And my good habits starting to slowly go away, my bad habits starting to come in. I remember, as soon as I came back, I've not worked out a single day. My diet, I decided to start dieting again because of how shit my diet was during vacation. But that too also slowly disappeared. And one by one, all these good habits, reading, meditation, gratitude journal, cold showers, all of these good habits, they started going away. And then one by one, these bad habits started coming back into my life, like video games, heavy procrastinations, YouTube, Netflix, whatever. And soon after that, I fall into this rut. I remember trying to get out of this rut, but when you're in a rut, it's never easy. I kept thinking about going to the gym, but never went. I kept thinking about taking these cold showers, but I never did. All I did during this rut was play video games, eat whatever the fuck I wanted. I played basketball. That was probably the one healthy thing I did. I got physical activity outside, got sunlight. That was the one healthy thing I was doing. Everything else was bad. Even my sleep started, slowly getting worse, progressively getting worse. I would slowly start sleeping later and later until it got to the point where I was sleeping at 3 a.m. and waking up at 10 or something, 10, 11. So I was not liking that. I was trying to fix my sleep, trying to work out or bring myself to get to the gym. Couldn't do it. So I decided, like, I started thinking of ways to get out of this rut. I started thinking about when I first started, how I was so locked in, why I was so locked in, and why I can't be locked in right now. And you know, after thinking about it a little bit, I came up with this conclusion of it's a mindset thing. Right now, you know, being in this rut, my mindset was, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do this thing, but I have to. I don't want to do this, but I have to. And, you know, that sounds like a good thing, right? It sounds like discipline. But me thinking that way, it honestly just made me skip everything. It made me not do the thing I was supposed to do. And thinking about it, back then, my mindset was more of just, I like doing these things. Like, I enjoyed it. I like it. Even if it's hard, I enjoyed it. I knew good was coming out of it. Working out was super fun. Dieting was hard, but, you know, it felt good. I lost this kind of mindset of just enjoying the journey, enjoying the habits I was doing. When I got into this habit of, I have to. I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate it with fucking burning passion, but I have to. So as soon as I start fixing my mindset, I start telling myself that the gym's gonna be fun. This is gonna be such a good workout. I'm gonna have so much fun. And then I do it, you know. I go to the gym for the first time. Instead of starting small, you know, going slowly, start slowly progressing, I did a big workout. And I told myself, I enjoyed it. Like, honestly, I had so much fun doing it. That first big workout. And then I did it the day after. And I told myself I was gonna have fun, and I did. And I did it the day after. And slowly but surely, all the bad habits started going away. All the good habits started coming in. Habits I actually enjoyed this time. Like, I was having fun again. I was enjoying these good habits again. I slowly introduced all these good habits now. You know, I built up momentum. We're good. We're moving. So, you just gotta change your mindset. After I changed my mindset, that was the biggest thing that got me out of the rut. Another secondary thing that did help me with some of these good habits was I dropped my ego, man. I dropped the ego and I slowly incorporated some of these good habits. Like, I did start working out right away. Started doing like these full-fledged workouts, big workouts, heavy, tiring, hard, fucking fun workouts. I've introduced some of these good habits back into my life where I just put it back at max. Like, cold showers, I would just jump right in. I wouldn't like do warm to cold. I wouldn't do it for like 2 seconds. I would jump in that cold shower and I would do it for a decent amount of time. I never really tracked, but I did it for long enough to the point where I would start shivering. I would get goosebumps when I walk out and I'd be shivering. But for some of these other habits, even though I told myself I would enjoy them, I still found them, you know, somewhat difficult, right? So instead of doing things like reading 10 pages a day, I started with 1. And then I progressed to 2, and then 3. I just added a page each day until I got back to my 10 pages. I dropped the ego, and I just started doing some of these things progressively, slowly. So the second thing that helped me the most getting out of my rut was slowly progressing, slowly adding some of these things back, some of these good habits back. Like adding this reading, meditation, gratitude journal. Gratitude journaling was easy, but meditation was a bit tougher. So I started with 5 minutes and then I worked my way back up to 10 minutes. So that's how I escaped my rut. If you guys are ever in a rut or ever do get in a rut, hopefully you could take things I've talked about here in this video today and use it to escape your own rut. Because man, ruts are fucking... It's one of the hardest things about being in self-improvement. Self-improvement depression. One of the hardest things, man. super hard to escape too. It's like super hard to build momentum when you're in this place, in this state of mind. So hopefully you could get out of it if you ever are in one, or you could use the video to escape one in the future. So that's the end of this video. Hopefully you learned something, and just remember, don't stop when you're tired, stop when you're done. Peace.